All right, we're ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah, all right. Welcome to the Intellectual Garbage Podcast, everyone.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
If you are new to our audience of The Void, welcome.
Yes, welcome.
And we are very pleased to have you joining our Void. Our faceless, personless, empty void of space.
Yeah, if I sound like I am panting and exhausted, it's because I just fucked up my ankle again. And I was talking to a mute earlier. I was talking about how whenever I hurt my ankle, it's never when I'm doing something crazy. It's always when I'm just walking.
Mm-hmm.
Just simple walking, and then I always screw up my ankle the worst. Oh, maybe
You
it's because I'm not...
definitely have a knack.
Yeah. It's probably because I'm not thinking about it. Because I'm like, oh, I'm just walking, right? I'll be fine. But I have some really fucked up feet. So I have flat feet, right? And I need to wear these special shoes. And it's kind of like walking on heels 24/7. Because it has really thick soles in it, right? So that stops my feet from flexing. Because when my feet flex, it'll hurt my arches. So...
Mm-hmm.
It's like walking on stilts 24/7, right? And I have to be careful, and I always forget to be careful. Oh.
You would assume that over time you figured it out, but
No.
I guess you need more experience. You need to twist your ankle more times.
Dude, I've twisted my ankle like more times than I can count.
You gotta do it more. The only way to get better is to do it more.
Yeah, just... You know, I might as well just cut off my foot, right?
Yeah. Chop it off. Just like throw it around, see how many times it rolls on its own. See if it's your foot that's the issue or if it's you that's the issue.
Yeah, if I don't have an ankle, I don't have to think about it. Simple.
Facts.
It's simple.
You can't roll something you don't have.
Exactly. All right, let me turn my fan off because it might be a little loud. I'll be right. Give me 1 sec. Ow.
Okay, so to all of you beautiful Void people listening, I hope your day's going great. We both hope that your day is going great, or night, whatever. If you're listening to this at an ungodly hour in the morning, go to bed. As your father, I'm telling you, go to bed. So, sleep.
What?
Sleep.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the Void people.
Oh. Go to fucking
Wishing them a good day. Yeah, go to bed.
Yeah. Sleep is good. Everyone needs sleep. Except for me. Ha ha ha.
Sleep is for losers. And
Sleep
that's
is
why
for
you
the
are
weak.
a loser. Because you sleep.
Because you, sir, are a loser.
Alright, so what are our topics for today? What kind of brain garbage are we going to spew out?
Ooh, I really didn't think about it.
Neither did I.
You're gonna go off the cuff?
I guess so.
Say some random shit, I guess, like we normally do.
Why do you think, and this already has an answer, but why don't flags have purple on them? Like normal flags?
I think.
Like nation flags and stuff.
I always presumed that, like, purple was a very expensive color, right? Back in the day, purple used to be really, like, what do you call it? Scarce and expensive or whatever. So
yeah, royalty would always wear purple.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make sense to make flags out of purple because purple is such a scarce commodity back then. I have no idea. I feel like that's right.
Yeah, that's also probably why there's red in like every flag, just about, because it's so
common,
generic. Yeah.
I feel like yellow would be the most common pigment. What is the most common pigment out there? I know it's not blue.
Pigment or like flag color?
Actually, wait. I don't know.
I would say red.
Red.
I'm betting on red.
Red's the most rare pigment?
Oh, no. The most common pigment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, red's... What's the most common?
Rare would probably be purplish or like some crazy color.
Orange. I I think green would be the most common pigment because plants, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Plants exist, don't they?
Green is everywhere, so green is probably the most common pigment out there. But yeah, you're right. Why is purple? I mean, purple is a naturally occurring color, right?
Yeah, it's in like flowers and stuff.
Yeah, but I think blue pigment actually doesn't exist in nature. That's what I heard, or it's really really rare in nature.
Well, you could like
So,
crush
but the
like
blue
berries or
blue,
something.
berries are purple. Most berries are purple, actually. Why do they call
Well,
blue?
if you add a little bit of if you add a bit of anti-red to purple, you get blue.
What is anti-red?
Well, you know, if you combine blue and red, you get purple, so you got to take out the red to get blue.
Anti-red.
That's how colors work. You just take out colors.
We have anti-colors.
Mm-hmm. Purple is too good of a color to not be used.
You know what always confused me? You know, like, the more you mix colors, it just becomes brown. Like, what is brown? Brown is, like, a conundrum to me.
It's shit. Brown is shit.
But, why is it, like, when you combine colors together, you get brown and not black?
Well, if you add enough colors to the same thing, eventually you'll get black, but brown is on the way there.
No, you just get brown, man. I don't think you can get black. Black is like opacity, and then or something. Because like when
so if brown is opacity or black is opacity and brown is like intensity of color.
I don't know.
Huh.
Actually, maybe you're right.
About
You can make black. But I always got brown. I've never gone to black by mixing colors.
you're not pressing the colors down hard enough.
Of course, yeah.
You know, because like in science, when it comes to light and you put all the colors together, you get white. But like if you're doing it on paper, I forgot what the other word for it is, but if you mix colors that aren't like light colors, like literally like visible light, then you get black.
Like ultraviolet and shit.
Yeah.
Isn't pink basically just everything we can't see? Like, that's what I've heard. Because pink is kind of a, I don't know. The colors are just weird. I don't understand.
Pink is just
I honestly
red
don't understand color
white.
theory. Like, I know how, like, I know if you mix paints together, like, you get different colors, but I don't know. It's fucking weird. Color is weird. Or maybe
Colors
I'm
are
just
cool, though.
overthinking it. Colors are cool. Without colors,
What if our world didn't have any
boring
colors?
like there's just like black and white films. I think it'd still be pretty cool. You know, well, you wouldn't know that there would be any such thing as color, right?
Yeah.
So
Because there's also like animals. There's also like animals that can see like way more colors than us, like
the mantis shrimp.
like a mind-boggling amount of more colors than we can see.
Mantis shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp. It's fucking we need a nerf mantis shrimp, man. It's too OP. You can fucking make like mini explosions in the water, and you can also see like fucking all the colors. Mantis shrimp. We need a nerf mantis shrimp.
Man, what if humans had those abilities? What if we could see like brown 2?
Brown number 2.
Yeah. Or like blue number 2. Dude, even like blue number 3.
Well, you wouldn't even call it blue. It would be like
some crazy thing.
Something whack. But you can't comprehend colors that you can never see before.
Hang on. If we're talking about colors and light, if we're talking about like radiation, there's like visible light. Do mantis shrimp see stuff out of the scale of visible light?
Yeah.
Or do they just see more things in between the colors that we see?
Are you referring to like the wavelength we can see?
Yeah.
I think they can see our wavelengths and more.
But the more wavelengths, are they just seeing like more acute colors like in between the ones that we see, or are they seeing like things that are like out of the bounds of what we can see?
I would say out of the bounds that we can see. We cannot comprehend the mantis shrimp.
Fuck the mantis.
I feel
shrimp.
like mantis shrimp is the closest thing we have to God. You know, I'm making a new religion. It's the cult of the mantis shrimp.
What are the offerings, and what's the religion called?
Let's see. Mantissa shrimpus. Mantis shrimpus.
Wow. How creative.
Thank you. I don't know what you would. What do mantis shrimp eat? I think they just eat like fucking tiny mackerels or whatever.
Huh. Well, like plankton and stuff.
Isn't maybe plankton's too tiny for them?
I don't get why whales eat plankton if it's like the equivalent of like a human compared to like the Earth.
Well, they may be tiny.
I mean, obviously it's not directly proportional to that, but like it's insanely small for a whale. So how do they even feel, I guess, full after eating plankton?
Well, there's so much plankton out there, man. Like, just like there's really tiny, right? But there's so many of them. So like, their biomass in total is just huge.
So if you squish all of the plankton that a whale eats into one just like dense blob, how dense do you think that would be, and how big do you think it would be?
Oh, we're talking about animal spheres. There's this video out there where like if you took all the biomass of like a species and pushed it into a sphere, you could make like planets. I would. Let's see.
Well, everything is carbon based, so that would probably work.
I would say, if I had to guess, I would say a planet made of plankton, just plankton, would be like 5 miles in diameter.
Is that an educated guess, or did you do the math?
You know, I did the math, dude. I took the size of each one. Oh, I have no fucking idea. But my guess, 5 miles in diameter. How about you?
I have no idea. It depends on how many freaking plankton there are.
Well, make a guess. Like,
okay.
I don't know how many
Assuming that
plankton
there's
there are.
6, maybe 7 plankton, then I'm gonna say like a solid basketball.
All right. There's at least 6 plankton out there. At least.
Okay.
We know that.
I would say like for 6 or 7 like billion plankton, I think you could fit that into a basketball. But I also don't know how small a plankton is.
Plankton's like microscopic, aren't they? Yeah, plankton are
Yeah, so if you have 6 or 7 billion, that would be at least a little bit. Maybe a golf ball or a tennis ball.
I think you underestimate what a billion is. A billion is fucking insane.
A billion is just 1,000 millions.
But dude, have you seen a picture of like a million compared to a billion?
Oh yeah. It's incomprehensible.
Yeah. Have you noticed like people are always really bad at like comprehending big numbers, like me included. Like the difference
is because we think
like,
of everything
like, oh yeah.
We think of everything in scale to ourselves and the things around us. So when we get to big ass numbers, like even a million is really hard to comprehend because you can't think of like a million golf balls where you could think of 100.
I know, right?
Like if you have a bucket of like cheese, let's just say like a bucket of like Baby Bell cheese. Let's say there's like, I don't know, 500 pieces of cheese in that bucket. It's a big ass bucket. If you put all of those buckets next to each other, I don't think you would be able to tell, like just by thinking about it, how like many pieces of cheese it actually is. I actually got a whole new appreciation for like the volumes of things when I started watching like speed eating channels, specifically Matt Stoney.
What?
There's this one video.
Wait,
Yeah,
back up.
there's this one
Speedy.
video where he makes like a hell of a, like just so many noodles, and he puts it all on a plate. And after he eats about half of it, it still looks like it's a plate full of noodles. So I got a whole new appreciation for seeing how like much the volume of something actually contains.
Yeah, because the volume is cubed, right? So
Uh-huh. You would have to be thinking about it in 3 dimensions, and it's really hard to think of things in 3 dimensions unless you specifically study that like your whole life.
yeah, like visualization of big numbers and just volumes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of like the cube law, man. Like you know, the thing that restricts how big animals can get because the volume will like overcome the surface area. So like you can't.
Isn't the volume always bigger than the surface area?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, but like if we're thinking about like a cube, right? Then the volume of a cube is definitely a hell of a lot bigger than the surface area.
I'm pretty sure I did I did like a math equation some with time, or I don't remember one, but like surface area can definitely be bigger than volume. But like
Really?
I think so.
Well, going back to the cube thing, let's say that we have a cube and each side of the cube is like 3 centimeters long.
I was thinking of something different. Right.
Yeah.
No, you're totally right.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you get the area of one of those sides, then you would have 9 centimeters squared times 6 is like 54 centimeters.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were taking the volume of that, it would be like 3 cubed, which is definitely, it's 81. It's 81 centimeters. It's definitely bigger than the surface area.
Yeah. Yes, I think it's true from like basically all objects, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember what
It's also like if you're thinking of like really big animals, like if you're thinking of like an elephant or a whale, and if you hollowed out everything except for the surface of that animal, like if you try to comprehend like how many humans you could fit in that, you would be blown away.
Yeah, I feel like
if you just squished a bunch of people into an elephant skin.
Mm-hmm.
Gross image, but cool to think about math-wise.
The dude. Ow. Ma.
Right. So, oh my God, have you also seen those the graphs like where people compare the sizes of like the planets, and you can fit like a hell of a bunch of like Earths into like Jupiter?
Actually, me and my roommate, we were looking at pictures of NASA, right? And we were looking at Jupiter, and the fucking size of just the fucking storm is bigger than Earth. I mean, like, that's kind of common knowledge.
Specific storm on Jupiter, right?
Yeah, the eye.
Big ass
Jupiter,
one.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's common knowledge that it's bigger than Earth, right? But I don't know. It's hard to comprehend that, right? Like we were talking about, it's hard to comprehend something so big. And that's like when you look at pictures of Jupiter, like it's kind of surreal because we have like pretty good pictures of Jupiter. And like I don't know.
Inversely, though, actually, no, continue. I'm changing.
I was just saying I could look at pictures of Jupiter or like space all day. They're so cool. I fucking love it.
Yeah. Inversely, though, if you think about how small things can be, that's also incomprehensible.
That is true. I would say that's a little more comprehensible.
Yeah, like, but to a certain point, it's like not even worth trying.
I guess when you get to like the quantum realm or something, things things are literally incomprehensible, right?
Even if like you take like, you know how Velcro has like the hard part of the Velcro and then the soft part?
Yeah.
Even if you take like a single thread out of like the soft part of the Velcro, it's still so small that you can't even comprehend what measurement it would be. unless like you physically take a ruler that's in like not even millimeters, but like maybe something smaller. In diameter. I'm not talking length. I'm not talking length.
Diameter. We're like
Yeah.
spheres. Diameter only has to do with spheres.
No. Like the diameter of like a piece of thread, like a string of
you're talking
thread.
about like a okay. I mean, you can see it, right?
You can see it,
So
but it's hard to
definition,
think of
it's
something that would be
comprehensible.
much smaller than that. Is that
I
what
guess.
comprehensible means? Or
I mean,
comprehensible?
you can literally see it, right? You like, if you can see it, you can comprehend it. I think. But I don't
But
know.
what if you see something so small and it's like you can just barely see it? Is that still comprehensible?
If you can barely see it, but can you
Yeah, if
still
it's
kind
like
of see it
on,
though?
it's like on the verge of not being able to see it. Like it's at the
I
very edge of what you can see.
I would say it would still be comprehensible if you can barely just see it. I mean, it would be hard to comprehend, but like you could see it. I don't know. I think like the micro level of things are, I mean, to a point is a little more easier to understand. Just because like I don't know, it's like somehow more tangible.
I think
Like
it's because we see more small things than we do big things.
Yeah, it's definitely like you never see like a billion of something very often, or maybe you do, but like it's like a billion grains of flour or something. But like then again, that's not a very good metric.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have milked that topic dry. What's the next one? This one's on you. I got that one, so you're up.
All right. Let me think. All I can really think about is pain because my ankle just fucking hurts.
All right, let's talk about pain.
So hard
I
to,
just found out. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, I was just saying I'm trying so hard to concentrate. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I just found out. I never knew what the actual like measure for pain was, and I found out that it's like Del or something, like DEL. I don't know if that's shorthand or if that's the actual like measurement for it.
Yeah.
And I found out that being kicked in the balls is like 9,000 Del, and that's like the equivalent of giving birth to like a whole bunch of babies, or like breaking thousands of bones at the same time.
Oh, I think I looked it up. It's like there's an SI unit of pain.
It would make sense. I mean, it's measurable if things can be less painful and more painful.
Yeah, I think you're close, but I think it's a dolorimeter.
Dolorimeter?
Yeah.
How's it spelled?
It's not it's DOLORIMETER.
Dolorimeter?
Dolorimeter? I don't know, but the short abbreviated version is DOL. It's just dol. So,
oh, it's DOL, not DEL. Okay.
Yeah, dol. But yeah, I wonder how someone made that metric. I feel like it's like a...
Yeah, how would you measure something like that? Do you, like, scan brainwaves?
There was with one dude that, like, he would get bitten by different insects, right? And he would he would measure it, right?
Coyote Peterson.
Is that it?
It is.
I don't think...
The one that stung himself, like, with bullet ants and, like, bees and wasps and... a bunch of just like crazy painful things.
I've seen his YouTube video, Brave Wilderness, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he was the one that made the scale, but there's another person that actually did it before him, I think. Man,
I used to love watching Coyote Peterson videos.
Shit's hardcore.
They were so entertaining.
Oh, man.
And they were educational,
the
so I was technically learning.
Who knew a bullet ant would hurt so fucking much?
Well, there are those tribes where like apparently you become a man by like sticking
Oh,
your hand in like
in
a
a
thing
bunch
of
of like a
bullet ants.
nest of bullet ants.
Yeah, and you just have to hold it there for like
Yeah,
5 minutes,
and
and then
then
after that you're a man.
and then I think they would also do. They wouldn't they like build up tolerance to it by like slowly like they would do like one sting and then keep building up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, long
There's like
term
a
exposure.
yeah, there's like a documentary or something on it. I don't remember.
It's like how I forgot who it was, but some guy, he was like ingesting like very small amounts of like snake poison like every day until eventually he got bitten by a snake that had that kind of poison and it had no effect on him because he had built up an immunity to
It's
it.
like all my work was worth it. Dude.
Now, why would you do that unless like you were specifically planning to do that, like to get bitten by something?
I don't know. I feel like
Or is it just like explorers of like forests and jungles and stuff, they think they just decide that it's probably a good idea to get immune to that?
I don't know. It feels more like just like an experiment than anything. It doesn't seem very. I mean, I guess it's practical in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, I don't see really any like practicality of doing that. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yeah, because how often are you going to come across a venomous snake?
maybe if you're like allergic to some type of food, right? Or like not to the point where it'll absolutely kill you, but I think you can build tolerance to allergies, right? Because I know that's a
Well,
thing.
even like peanut allergies?
Well, I guess it depends on the severity, but I
Yeah.
know I'm pretty sure it's a thing because like you take little bits at a time and start building up an immunity to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to do that with clams. I have
Yeah, clams are pretty good.
I have this jar of like the essence of a clam in it. It's like clam juice basically.
I was at Safeway and I was staring at a bottle of clam juice.
Yeah, I want to build immunity up, but I don't know. Last time I had hives before. I don't know what it was from, but I'm always scared to get an allergic reaction now. But I should be fine.
It sounds painful.
Yeah, so yeah, a while ago I went to Walmart, right? And I came back and I started breaking out into like severe hives, like
Mm-hmm.
and it had to be some allergic reaction because it started near the middle of my chest, right? And then it spread out from my chest to like my fingers, right? So like it started from the middle and then it spread out and then it was really bad. But I don't know what it was still to this day. I don't know what made me react like that. Which is
I'm one of the lucky ones that doesn't have allergies to anything, so I wouldn't know.
lucky fuck.
Yeah, sorry. If I could pass that trait on to you, then I would.
Aw. Man, I just want to eat clam chowder again. I fucking love clam
Oh.
chowder. I remember when I used to be able to eat it. It was like, my favorite food. It's it's one of my favorite foods, and it pisses me off that I can't eat it. I don't know. I always made a joke, and I'm actually considering it now, just to have a bowl of clam chowder and then an EpiPen just right next to it. Just so when I go into anaphylactic shock, you know,
You'll be ready.
I'll be ready
Yeah.
and I can enjoy my clam chowder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ugh. Clam chowder's so good and I haven't had it in years.
yeah, especially like the clam chowder by itself. But I always loved when they put it in that sourdough bowl. That
The
was
bread bowl.
the bread bowl. Oh, that shit's Yeah, I just like I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
Yeah, my mouth is watering.
I do
You
have.
call me one of Pavlov's dogs. Got him.
I did come up with a alternative that I think is almost as good as clam chowder. It's called colon skink.
What's in it?
It's like smoked haddock, and it's like a soup. It's a Scottish soup actually. The only reason I know of it is because my stepdad's from Scotland. So
Yeah.
he introduced me to it, and I thought it was the fucking best thing in the world. And it's just as creamy as clam chowder, but it uses fish instead, so I can eat it. Oh, I gotta. Ooh, I should make some golden skink soon because it's super easy to make.
I want clam chowder now.
Yeah.
I want it like tomorrow.
Me too, but I can't.
Yeah. Build up an immunity.
Jello.
Lick a clam shell every day.
I'll just keep it next to my bed, and in the morning, just
Oh
lick.
boy, it sure is good to be awake. Oh, hello, clamshell.
Each week,
Nice.
I increase the lick by 1. So I'll go 2 licks,
Yeah.
3 licks, and eventually I'll just eat it. It's perfect.
Eventually, you lick it so many times in one day that you just break through the shell.
Yeah.
It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a clam? Let's find out.
Oh. Dude, I bet you... I wonder if you could lick food enough where you could actually eat it. Like, could you lick a fish? And, like, how long would it take to eat a fish by just licking it? Because a little bit of stuff comes off of it when you lick it, right?
Yeah.
Because your tongue is kind of an abrasive. So, how much stuff...
Yeah, but also, I don't think our saliva is, what's the word, like corrosive enough.
I think you underestimate saliva. Saliva has some pretty intense enzymes, I think.
Yeah, but that's also if you're like actually breaking down the food with your teeth and then the saliva like breaks it down into smaller bits. But if you're just straight up like using like a turkey baster with your saliva just to like try to break some solid down, unless it's like sugar, I don't know how well that's gonna work.
I don't know. Like just no chewing, but like it could work though. I mean, it would take an absurdly long time, right? Just like water dripping on like rock or something.
Corrosion.
But yeah, corrosion
or erosion.
Erosion. Corrosion is acids and stuff.
Yeah.
But how long would it take? That's an experiment. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay.
But I have to find
I'm
something
so
that
down
will not
to do that experiment.
Yeah, we gotta find something that won't perish though. How many licks to get to a center of a fucking smoked haddock? I don't know.
Of a steak.
Of a steak? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a steak?
Yeah, I don't think that we can feasibly try this out unless we are willing to spend the rest of our lives licking a piece of meat.
Like a rotten piece of meat.
Yeah,
it will probably
it's like so good on the first day but then like by like day 10 you're just looking like a rotting piece of meat.
Yeah, it would rot away before we could even finish it.
Yeah, disgusting.
We have to find something that lasts and is lickable.
We need to somehow keep the food in a vacuum and us in a vacuum.
Just we just blast off into space with some food.
Yeah.
Simple
Yeah, we can just keep reusing the same saliva. We don't need to keep, we can make a, what's the word? Like a fake tongue, but like with like the texture and like the strength of a real tongue, and then we could just like put tiny glands connected.
And make artificial saliva enzymes or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I bet Can you buy enzymes? Like, I don't know. I always was confused on what enzymes are. Like, I know what they do, but like, is it a protein? Is it a powder? Can I buy it? Can I buy enzymes?
I actually don't know.
You could totally buy enzymes, actually.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know, but I do have to go to dinner, so we will have to push the enzyme topic to next time, and who knows? Maybe our beautiful Void viewers or listeners will be thinking about lion-headed unicorn frogs in their sleep.
Yes.
In dense sand jungles. So, enjoy that visual, all of you Void people.
Yes, and enjoy your visual scenery.
Yeah, and it's 3 a.m., so go to bed, sleep tight, and we love you.
It's not 3
All
a.m.,
four
it's
of you
actually
void
8
people.
p.m. But yeah.
That's okay. It's always 3 a.m.
Okay, I see. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.